So now I'm working on the building duration portion of the go to your spot behavior. So dogs don't naturally know how to stay, and generally when we think about stay as a behavior, we think about telling the dog to stay and then walking away from them. But stay in its most basic form is just teaching the dog to hold a position for an extended period of time before you even start walking away. So I always say there's 3 steps: duration, distance, and distraction. So really the first thing we should work on is duration, because if you spend time really building up the time between treats while the dog lays down on the mat or the spot, you will start to be putting like glue down, where the dog is more inclined to stay there because they have such a good reinforcement history. Then once we move into adding distance, like I'm going to walk away from her while she's on the mat, she will have a better chance of staying because you've spent so much time building duration. So what I'm going to do here, Lola, good girl, go to your spot. Yes. What I'm going to do here is I've got the cot and the mat sitting right beside me, right on the floor by the couch. And I've got a little dish of her kibble right on the table. And I'm just going to start rewarding her like every 2 seconds while she hopefully stays down. And if she keeps popping up, that tells me I might need to reinforce more quickly at first. And I'm gradually going to build up the seconds between treats. So I'll do a little example here. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, give a treat. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, give a treat. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, give a treat. So now that we did 3 cycles of 2 seconds, I'm going to increase my interval to 5 seconds. So 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Oh, she has to lick. 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Granted, she did sit up, but at this stage of the game, I don't mind. Okay, that time I'm counting in my head, so you don't have to hear me counting this whole time. Good. So once I get 5 seconds 3 times in a row, I might try 8 seconds. Now 8 seconds, 10 seconds in puppy land is actually a very long time. So if I notice that she is getting itchy, right, or that she wants to get up, she's getting bored, I might decide to go ahead and reward her quickly before she gets up. And that's perfectly fine. As she gets more comfortable with this behavior and understands what I'm asking, it'll get easier. But little puppies her age, I mean, it is tough to keep them still. So she did get up on her own accord. Oops. Hey, girly. I'm going to kind of signal her back into a down. Down. She's like, no. So what I would do in the case that the dog gets up before I wanted them to, especially as you practice this more frequently, is I will reset the dog into a down position by asking, and instead of rewarding immediately, I will wait at least half the amount of seconds that I was currently working on. So for example, if I was at 10 seconds between treats, I would maybe make her wait at least 5 seconds before I would reward. And the reason for that is if you reward as soon as the puppy lays back down, they will start to learn that they get a treat faster if they get up, get down, and you give them one, than if they stayed laying down for the entire 15 or 20 seconds or wherever you're at. So you can see she's getting kind of bored. I keep these sessions really short, especially with the young puppers. So really 5 minutes tops. And at this point, I did another, before I turned on the camera, I was working on sending her to the mat on verbal signal. So it has been, about 10 minutes of total of training, and she's starting to be over it, and that's fine. So we're going to end the video here.